5 flex for you today. Okay, this is the ring that had me at hello before the show, Jennifer. This is the Chaco Canyon Kingman Turquoise Elongated ring at $149.90. We don't have a lot of rings in the show. I'm just gonna kind of give everyone a heads up. I asked for more, but this is what we have. It's a customer pick, rave reviews, 46 rave reviews. So every single one of you that picked it up absolutely loved it. We have a summer price for you today that's saving you $40 off. 5 bezel set Kingman turquoise stones. I want to draw your attention to the size of the stones. Each of those stones is an 8 by 10 millimeter. To put that in perspective, just one of these stones would probably be a centerpiece on any other ring. But instead, you're getting like 5 rings in one on an 8 split band presentation that is going to elongate your finger. And wow, will this be a conversation piece? Tell us about this one, Jennifer.
This one was made by Thomas Yazzie, and this ring represents rainfall. The rain drops from the sky and which falls into a bigger body of water. This is a representation of water. And when it comes to the Navajo people, taking some of the water that is outside from the rain, they bring it inside into a bucket and they pray with the water just to bless all the negativity, you know, from them, and to bless everyone around them so that they can have good things in life come to them.
I love that, a symbol of the water.
Yes.
It is a beautiful color of a summer sky, isn't it? And every single one of these is matched perfectly to the next stone, and that's not easy, right?
No, and the artist has to work around the stone, and they have to cut the stone and just match each and every piece perfectly. And when it comes down to it, this is what the outcome looks like.
Wow, this is so incredible. You're getting 5 of the Kingman turquoise stones. Now notice no 2 rings will be exactly alike. If you ordered 2 of these, they might vary slightly in color, right?
Yes.
Or with the natural inclusions that are indicative of the Kingman turquoise mine, you might see clouds, you might see shades of copper or black. But know that your 5 stones on your ring will be perfectly matched. You can see on our model Colette how gorgeous that is. Now don't let that size scare you, because it's actually a very wearable ring because of the way it's been designed to taper around the back. So you still get all the movement and the flexibility of your fingers.
Yes, and especially with this type of ring, I've said before that I have a great grandmother who's given me rings that were this size before, and they still look good as it was, you know, since she had it. And this is one that will be, you know, in your family for a long time.
And you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that, because these are really heirloom pieces.
Yes.
This is not a trend. This is not a fad, you know, here today, gone tomorrow. These are pieces that you will treasure for years and years and years to come. This will be something that you'll pass down to your children and your grandchildren. Look at how beautifully made this is. So here's how it tapers in the back. It's all solid sterling silver. I'm going to show you how it fits on my finger when I slip it on. Notice all those nice bands. You have 8 of those. They sort of graduate to really support that 5-stone presentation in the center of the dreamy, beautiful, flawless, eternal blue of the Kingman turquoise. So you have something that stands on its own. Look at the back, still wearable, still flexible. If I was driving a Harley, I could drive a Harley with this ring on. I don't drive Harleys, by the way. I barely get very far on my little bike around the city. But if I needed to drive or do anything with that hand, I could type on my computer, I could text on my smartphone all day long, and still have probably one of the most gorgeous rings I think your collection has ever
I like this too, especially when you look at this, rings that are like,
let me measure that for you too.
Both rings that you have on, I was told that when you are talking to someone with your hands opened, this is what it, you know, invites people in. And so, but if you have your hands in a fist, that means you're hiding something. And so a lot of these rings, as I was growing up, my great-grandmother would say that when you are talking to someone, that's why I talk with my hands a lot, you are very open to someone. And because when I was younger, I used to have my hands in a fist a lot, just naturally. And she says, you know, when you wear rings, you're showing someone you're open to them. You want to invite them in. You know, you're being happy and positive with that person as well.
Show us how you're wearing it, because yeah, she just went ahead and put it on her pinky, which I didn't think of, but I love that idea, because it could really be a cool sort of a fashion-forward look, whether it's on your pinky finger. You could also do it on your index finger. You know, a lot of times, you know, you see a nice, big, gorgeous statement ring on your index finger, and that really, wow, a breathtaking design. Each and every one of those stones, 8 by 10 millimeters in size. So each one of those could be a center stone on another ring. So it really is like getting 5 rings in one. Super cool, super comfortable. If you don't own anything from the Native American artisans in the Southwest, this would be a great place to start your collection with a ring. Something that you get to see, you get to enjoy,
different,
right?
something unique, and especially the way this is made. Like you said, someone riding a bike. I've seen men and women in the Southwest with a bunch of turquoise, and especially for the Navajo people, they say it's a symbolism of their stature, and they're wearing just the most gorgeous pieces of turquoise, just mainly straight turquoise, the size of my hand. The men, I mean, they love the sky stone because it is a protector, they say, and especially for women. A long time ago, they said when the Creator was making the men and women to protect the women, since they're givers of life, a piece of turquoise was given to her, and for her kids, for her to know that her father is always looking down on her to protect her.
I love that, a symbol of protection. Very limited. Again, this is the Kingman mine, so this is mined in the USA. This is made in the USA. I say just find a finger, as these get very, very limited. And is there any symbolism to the number 5? In the Native American culture in particular, because there's 5 stones?
I'm not too sure. It just depends on the artist, you know, and what they're feeling at that moment too as well.
But maybe it has significance to you. Maybe there's 5 members of your family. Maybe you have 3 children and you're married, so there's all of you together. Maybe you've got 5 really great girlfriends.
Especially with cluster work, I was told that with the cluster look on Southwestern jewelry, that is the significance of family members, you know, like you said too as well.
Yeah.
And especially with the middle stone, that is the symbolism of the matriarch or the patriarch of the family.
Oh, okay, so the middle stone. I love that. The matriarch or the patriarch. So maybe this is your family. This could be my family. There's 3 daughters in my family, and mom and dad. It would be nice to have something that really celebrates the tradition of the Native Americans in the Southwest. Also, a wonderful way to continue their time-honored tradition of making handmade Southwestern jewelry, which they've been doing for thousands of years. We're going to get into all the history, because we really could spend hours, and it's a fascinating time. Summer prices here, saving you $40 off. Several items in the show are going very quickly. Don't miss out on that customer pick ring. I think you're going to be head over heels in love with that. Rich deposits, rainbow of color from the Kingman mine. That is a phenomenal buy. The amount of silver in that ring is worth the price, honestly. Okay, let's do some updates.